10 years ago, a severe accident left a 41-year-old man paralyzed from the neck down. For a decade, he has lived without the ability to move his body or physically interact with his environment. When he arrived at UCHealth in Colorado, his goals were specific. He wanted to regain the independence to use a computer, and he wanted to physically feel his own hand again. To achieve this, doctors used brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. These are implanted devices that record electrical brain signals and translate them into digital commands for external tools, like a robotic arm. This anatomical model shows the traditional placement of these devices. Most BCI procedures target the motor cortex, treating this specific area like a switchboard that handles the basic input and output signals for physical action. However, treating the brain as a simple mechanical switch often results in clunky, unnatural movements. It lacks the nuance required to restore true human independence. In this diagram, motor cortex signals appear as rigid, one-way pulses. They capture the final command to move a muscle, but miss the complex planning used to coordinate movements. These pulses fire and dissipate without interacting with cognitive regions, making fluid action difficult. Doctors at CU Anschutz and UCHealth realized that improving these devices required moving the sensors to a different part of the brain map entirely. Achieving fluid control requires accessing the higher-level territories of the brain where complex thoughts are first organized. We can see that shift here, panning away from the motor cortex and into the brain's cognitive and executive areas. These regions handle the planning and decision-making that occur before a movement even begins. Dr. Kramer and Dr. Bashford place the BCI pedestals directly into these complex cognitive zones, a significant departure from standard neurosurgical practice. This new placement changes the data the device gathers. It now records the complex plan and intention behind a movement, rather than just the raw biological command to move. Computer algorithms translate these thought plans into fluid instructions. This allows a robotic arm to reach and grasp objects with continuous, natural motion. By recording from these cognitive centers, the implant acts as a translator for human intention. The team is also using the device to pursue a secondary goal, restoring the physical sensation of touch. This diagram illustrates a bidirectional flow of information. While the device reads commands moving outward, it also sends electrical pulses back inward to stimulate the sensory areas of the brain. For the patient, this is an attempt to physically feel his hand for the first time in 10 years. Natural movement relies on this constant loop of feedback. We cannot coordinate our actions effectively without the cognitive sensation of what we are touching. Successfully communicating this specific region demonstrates how closely physical action and complex thought are linked. Because the device will remain implanted for years, researchers can collect continuous day-to-day data from the patient's brain. They are specifically monitoring executive functions, including how the brain learns new rules and makes decisions. This chronological visualization shows brainwave patterns evolving over time. Tracking these signals allows researchers to see how the brain organizes complex cognitive tasks from one day to the next. This stream of data provides a unique look into the mechanics of human cognition as they happen in real time. While the immediate goal is overcoming paralysis, recording from the executive centers of the brain expands the potential scope of this research. By observing the precise moment a thought becomes a physical intent, researchers may better understand the biological mechanisms that are affected by cognitive decline and dementia. This same dataset could eventually inform the study of mood disorders, which often involve the same higher-level brain regions used for planning and self-control. These broad research possibilities all stem from a single patient in Colorado who wanted the independence to hold a cup. By changing the location of a single implant to restore one man's movement, researchers have opened a new window into the cognitive processes that drive both human thought and action.